Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Thingamajigs Racing channel. I haven't even got my keyboard because I don't usually do lives that much nowadays. Yes, welcome to the Thingamajig Racing channel. We are here with the World Racing Community for their third round, their third installment, ladies and gentlemen, of their MX5 Cup. Yes, it has been an absolute banger of a season so far. The first two rounds have been spilling stuff. Spilling of excitement and of... Oh, sorry, I am trying to plug a keyboard in. I don't even know what I'm saying right now. God, why we... Oh, that's cool. Thank you. Yes. Yes, two installments have been absolutely thrilling. Not spilling. And yeah, I'm looking very much forward to this. We're at Lago Maggiore. We're going to have 3 qualifying heats, which people more intelligent than me know how they work. I just know they race 3 times before they actually race. And that's, you know, I'm just here for the racing. I don't care about the technical stuff. You lot can play with that as much as you want. Apparently they score points for each heat, which then adds up to where they will start on the grid for a 30-minute feature race. And yeah, they're using the MX5s. It's pretty straightforward, really, on the sports soft tyres. Looks like we're at the short track of Maggiore, so we're going to be doing a fair whack of laps. And it looks like the guys out there are bored and now are waiting for the grid to start. It's a random grid each heat, and then they will be doing battle later on this evening if you stick with it. The Brownie in the chat saying, good evening Thingy, how the devil are you? I am good, sir. And he also says, do you still race? I race against AI. I went and bought the DLC. I am having a blast, I tell you. I've never had more fun. Sorry for GT7 and everything I said about it. I know it took an extra 25 quid out of my bin towards the game, but it was money well spent. I am absolutely loving it. It doesn't get better. I can't do the 2 chilies, can't win them. But 1 chili, I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. I'm getting the wins. But it's not easy. So it's, yeah, I'm having a blast. And the cars they give you, man alive. They should have just put those cars in the actual game. They're so cool. Vodkarov saying, a very good evening, sir, and a happy new year to you. And the Brownie saying, good stuff. Yes, Power Pack is great racing. Yeah, man, I love the cars. Well, I'm only in the first sort of tier, using the Honda Civics, and oh, I have fallen in love with that SEMA, the SEMA one, the little American Roadster. Oh man alive, I tried the Mach 40 or whatever that was, Mach 4, and I didn't do very well in it. But the one down from that, oh, what is it called? It's I can't remember. It's like a Roadster Dirty or something like that, I don't know. But man alive, I am in love with that car. I want to use that car all the time, every time. I would need someone to do a championship in it because it looks dead sexy. It feels fantastic. Brownie saying, haha, 2 chili is hard. The AI are so much faster in the straight. You're not wrong. So, yes, I am still racing, but only against the computer. I find it a lot more fun. I don't know why. It stresses me out racing real people. If I make a mistake and hit an AI, do you know what? I give little cares whatsoever about it. But if I make a mistake in an online lobby and hit someone, I feel devastated about it. I feel really like horrible. So yes, for my own mental stability, I'm better. Although if someone did a championship with those Roadster things, I am there. Right then, grid for Heat 1, ladies and gentlemen. It has been done. It looks like this. Optimus Prime at the top. AT Racing second. Blaze Freely is third. Thunder starts 4th. Hesker starts 5th. Autosport starts 6th. MJ starts 7th. And the Cull starts at the back. We are looking at the front guy. Then ready. The lights are out and we are ready to race. Optimus Prime not as fast off the marks as AT Racing. AT Racing absolutely slam dunked that start and done a beautiful job. But then there's 4 arriving all at once there. Hesketh's come through. Optimus Prime slipping down. Optimus Prime's looking the wrong way. And now Hesketh in second when Blaze Freely is up and into third. Blaze Freely, he's been buzzing about this all week in the Discord. It's his first event with the world racing community and he is riding with the bad boys now. Cull in 4th with Hesketh just ahead of him, and I believe Hesketh doing very well in this championship indeed. But remember, this isn't the main race. This is just a qualifying race. So AT Racing off to an absolute banging start with Hesketh under threat from Blaze Freely, who's under threat from the Cull, and the Thunder in the mixed as well, just behind Autosport. Very tightly wrapped up there. MJ up to 7th, and we lost Optimus Prime when he faced the wrong way in that corner. And MJ very close to the action as well. But up at the front, AT Racing really pulling out a nice gappage between himself and the Hesketh. 1.2 seconds there, and there's a move on by Cull. Cull pulling off a move against Blaze Freely, and it sticks, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, woo-ha. Cull then off to the races now, and he'll be chasing down Hesketh, formerly known as Deviant, and AT Racing, formerly known as the Bob and Forge Flames. Blaze Freely now all up and down into 4th with Thunder closing in. Thunder's been very spectacular in this championship. Thunder has been ticking the boxes so far in the first 2 rounds. And Brownie saying, you do a championship, I'll jump in for sure. Let's go MX5. Vodka Rob saying a few of the races are quite hard, but I've done quite a few on hard and won. Well, yeah, nice one. And Vodka Rob saying, hey Brownie, happy new year, bro. Shay saying, here before racing spins out. He's not going to spin out, he's the man. He is the man. Now Thunder has got past Blaze while I was in the comments. I apologise. And Brownie saying, thank you kindly, Rob. All the best of the new year to you too. So Thunder absolutely snatching away that 4th place away from Blaze. And Blaze is absolutely feeling the world racing community's welcoming package, where they've all taken it in turns to overtake him. AT Racing out there in the lead, but we've got someone out there waiting for that spin. I'm telling you, Bob doesn't spin. Hesketh in. Oh, and it's close now with the Cull closing in on Hesketh. Remember, just a qualifying session. It's nothing serious. Don't panic. Oh, Cull going for a move. Oh, the Rooster's in the room. I wonder if he's going to race. That'd be awesome. The Cull alongside now Hesketh. Hesketh giving what for, though. Hesketh will not bow down to the king. He stays put, ladies and gentlemen, and the Cull then around the outside, giving it big wellies. But the Hesketh has got the measure of the man, and this is playing into AT Racing's hands indeed. Whilst they slow each other down, he can pull away. It's up to 3-second lead now as the Cull and Hesketh do battle in the Lago Maggiore. Thunder then leads away from Blaze Freely, who's got himself ahead of Autosport. Autosport was ahead, wasn't he? Now it's Autosport's having a sniff and a whiff at that clean air up the side of Blaze Freely, but Blaze Freely saying no sirree, no thank you. You can stay there in 6th. MJ in 7th. He's 4.3 seconds, but he's had to put his rig back together today. His PlayStation and his rig have been dearly parted over the Christmas period. He sounds like he's been through turmoil. He's been ill twice, and it looks like he's got to get back in the gym. He is not race ready, is he? He's not race fit at the moment. Dipping his toe in, just chilling. So we got AT Racing out there taking the fastest lap, 4 seconds now from the Cull, but Cull and Hesketh still side by side and still doing the battle of battles. Hesketh nearly losing the rear derriere of the MX5, and that gives Cull an open invitation to come and take that second place whenever he wishes, and this is when he wishes. He goes up the inside, beautiful move, gave Hesketh no options whatsoever there, absolutely parked his car in front of the Hesketh, and Hesketh was all out of options except for third place. Thunder, has this helped his cause? He's only 1.4 seconds behind the second and third, but he's got Blaze and the Autosport going for a massive move around the outside. I don't think there's much grip there, but well, there's some grip because he didn't lose any places whatsoever. He came back on right up the rear derriere and on the move, an overtake as well. Wow, that's an interesting style. We'll have to try that more often. Go massively off the track, don't spin your car, come back on and make the move. Beautiful stuff from Autosport. Not your conventional overtake, one would say. Now he's struggling to keep the MX5 under control, and Blaze Freely is back on the scene to make his name in the world racing community. And Autosport bites the wall with a half a second penalty. He'll be fuming. This will give MJ an opportunity to come through, and now you see that MJ starting to find a bit of pace. It won't show me his other laps. There you go. So yeah, MJ starting to find a bit of pace out there at the moment. AT Racing 5.7 seconds. There's a yellow flag. I believe that must be Optimus Prime. He's parked it while the crowd go by. So AT Racing then 6.37 seconds, and Hesketh's back. Hesketh is back again. And the Cull, I don't know, he must have snatched a break or made a mistake, because the Hesketh is all up and about his business and showing what for. And Hesketh will not be moved in this championship. I believe he's the championship leader. I'm not looking at the table, it gives me a headache. But it's just because you have to scroll. It's really weird. They use Word something or other, and on an iPhone, it's not friendly. It's not friendly at all. Shay7 says, good racing that. Shay saying they are shouting at each other in BC. Thought I'd give some insider info. And Shay saying, these lot are defo crashing. Yeah. Should be silence in the voice chat. There's a lot of concentrating going on, and Cull coming back out the Hesketh. Cull up the inside, and no, Hesketh again making that move. And it's like Hesketh has got Noz on there or something. He just seems to shoot through mid-corner. And it's beautiful stuff here. Beautiful racing between second and third. Thunder 1.8 seconds behind. They're costing each other money, costing each other time, but not too much time. Not enough time that Thunder can close in on those bad boys. Blaze Freely still holding account ahead of Autosport. We saw Autosport take a bite of the wall, and MJ is definitely, well, I said he was on his way back, but it looks like he is now having a bit of a moment. He was getting some good lap times in, but it looks like he pushed the MX a little too far, and Optimus Prime, who had to park it when everyone went past, is over a minute behind. So AT Racing 7.6 seconds in the lead of the Hesketh, and the Cull giving it all the beans he's got to try and close in on Hesketh. We're 8.5 minutes into this race, and second and third are absolutely at loggerheads as we make our way around. Hesketh with that second place, Cull 4 tenths behind, and we're on board with the Cull at the moment. I tell you, fuel will be tight with this. They probably should have turned down the fuel consumption, because he's about halfway through his tank. 9 minutes, yeah, there's only 6 minutes to go, I suppose. Whoa, a little sideways action from the Cull there. Had to scoop up the MX5, get her on her way. And now we're looking, whoa, nice and tight there against the wall from the Hesketh. 2 tenths in it between the two of them as AT Racing disappears off into the sunset. 1.6 seconds ahead of the Thunder, and Blaze Freely and Autosport look to be racing again. Let's have a quick look. Autosport 6/10 behind the Blaze. And Blaze at the moment seems to have it all in his pocket at the moment. That 5th place looking pretty safe, but Autosport is managing to get faster lap times out of the MX5, and Blaze then sitting duck unless he can pick up that pace and skedaddle away from the Sport. Hesketh still holding on to 2nd place, but Cull has a cunning plan, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh. And I'm pretty sure Hesketh nearly lost the car altogether, and he's off the road, is the Hesketh. But it doesn't seem to matter in the MX5. It's good for off-road as well. They are using the Sport Soft, so I think that does help give you a little bit of leanway off-road, as it's a treaded tyre. And the Hesketh and Cull having an absolute blast here at Lago Maggiore in this first heat, all over each other. And Thunder is truly catching up. 1.2 seconds. Come on, Thunder, take it away from him. This is how I felt during the season when Verstappen was closing in on Piastri and Lando, and I just thought, go on, Max. I like the person from behind to come through and surprise him. Kimi Raikkonen's championship in Ferrari was stunning. So Hesketh, one of my favourites. It's up there. That one and Jentz's. Hesketh around, he's trying to defend from around the outside. And the Cull, has he done it yet? No, still side-by-side action here. And it's less than a second from Thunder now. Thunder really, truly is going to join this party. And it's going to become a menage a trois. Zero concentration, all rage, says Shay from the chat room. And that's the Cull pulling the move, but he's got a sideways car and he's facing the wrong way. And again, it's Thunder that's up into 3rd, and we've seen so many times so far this season where Thunder just picks up. He is the collector, the debt collector, ladies and gentlemen. We will call him the debt collector from now on in, because he collects. And the Cull then had to pay. 4th place now, with Blaze still ahead of the Sport. Autosport looking very racy in 6th place, but just cannot do anything about his fellow American. Yeehaw. So Blaze ahead of the Sport. Hesketh now has an open road ahead of him and no stress behind. He's going to try and get a run at Bob, but at Racing, AT Racing is absolutely pounding the tarmac, ladies and gentlemen, pounding it like it's a bad boy. And he's leading by nearly 10 seconds. Hesketh then in 2nd. Thunder less than a second behind the Hesketh, but without any distraction. Oh, and Thunder's starting to flash the purples. Thunder starting to look quite formidable there. Hesketh, the tyre wear is pretty similar between the two of them. Hesketh better to fuel, but in the 13th minute fuel is not a concern. It was a red herring that I threw out there. It was never a problem. The Cull then starting to get purples, also in 4th, 1.6 seconds, but he's running out of time to try and close in on them top 3. Autosport has got himself ahead of the Blaze, and MJ is he's in and about, but he's being caught up by the Bob. I'm sure of it. So he's going to be getting. Oh no, it's not Optimus. It's definitely Bob. There's the car behind him. So he'll be getting the blue flags any point now. There is the Bob, 10-second lead so far, and with still a minute to run in this race. Hesketh being caught by Thunder, it has to say, definitely the Hesketh is being a little more careful. He is backing off a little bit. I think he is a little worried he's going to have the same fate as the Cull, and Thunder finding a way to close up to the back of the rear derriere of the MX5 of Hesketh there. And the racing is still on here, ladies and gentlemen. Do not go and make a coffee yet. Vodgrob just finished the weeklies, loving the old F1 cars at Abu Dhabi. I use my V10 swap. Yeah, I've still never swapped an engine, but I use the more modern one. Man alive, I had fun. I had about 3 goes at it, and it was just so much fun. But then made the mistake of doing the track experience afterwards in the Ferrari Group 3. Yellow flag. That's got to be none of these. Bob, Hesketh, Thunder and Cull all accounted for in the top 4. Sport has finished ahead of his compatriot. And so Autosport gets 5th as the Blaze brings it home in 6th place. And MJ 21 seconds behind them. And Bob should finish before MJ. Bob's 10 seconds ahead of the Hesketh. So Bob then bringing it on home to win the first heat and putting 1 notch closer to pole position. Then MJ comes home in 7th. The Hesketh, oh no, it must be Optimus Prime that's going through there. Hesketh then in 2nd easily. Oh, Cool got past Thunder, unfortunately. Oh, we didn't even spot that. So, Cool getting past Thunder. Sneaky, sis. So there you go, victory for AT Racing, and a great victory it was as well. It was all off the start, wasn't it, for him? It has to be said. Let me quickly grab that and let me look at these. So AT Racing, 1 step closer, as I say, to pole position now with that first heat win. A 48.5 was his fastest lap time. Not the fastest lap out there, but still very presentable. Hesketh in 2nd after doing battle with the Cull for a majority of the race. Comes home in 2nd, and Cull rounds out your top 3 and also takes fastest lap in that heat. Thunder in 4th. Unfortunate for Thunder there at the end, being caught by the Cull. Autosport in 5th, finally getting past the Blaze in 6th. And then MJ in 7th, who I said is not race ready. He's got to get in the gym. He's got to get into the mindset. He's not been well. And Optimus Prime finishing in 8th place. Now, there is Tom Jiggery and Foolery. They've got to redo heats. They've got to do a random grid. But there was something in their Discord which I thought was absolute madness, where Autosport's got 2 tickets, so they're going to try and do their stewarding in between. And and MJ says yes, but I mean, I'm keeping an eye on the time. If it's longer to do the organising, I'm going to do the replays on this, because it feels to me that to do stewarding in between the heats, we could be here all day. And I have to think about the stream. Like, at the moment, there is nothing to watch. You just got to listen to me blag and chat. Oh, Cull's going out. Bless you, Cull. But yes, so they're going to try and do stewarding in between the race, the heats. So, but I mean, as long as someone, but I mean, if it takes like 10, 15, I mean, the races are only 15 minutes. And if it takes like, you know, I thought they'd be like heat 1, heat 2, heat 3. I mean, I thought they'd do the random grids before, would be my idea. I would think do the random grids before, because it really doesn't matter, does it? If you know the random grids before the random grids. So you could random the grids before even 3 heats, so you already know what the grid is in heat 1, heat 2 and heat 3. The stewarding, I mean, yeah, I mean, I guess if something's happened in the heats, it needs to be addressed. But I mean, these guys have been racing with each other for so long now. You think that sort of stuff wouldn't really need. I mean, they know each other quite well, and they know how each other race. I imagine the stewarding wouldn't be that much. NJ, good evening, thingy. How's it going? Thank you for streaming. I was moaning about you. I'm going all right. I was moaning about this, how long the gaps between heats will be. Just because. But then Cull went out, so it's not bad. It's not all bad. We've got something to look at. But yeah, yeah, when I read that in the Discord, I was kind of like, ooh. Because the replays, doing the replays, it's flown lovely. I mean, that you know, I just load up the next one and we're into the next one, and it might be a better way to do it, is all I'm thinking. If the gaps between races are going to be quite epic, it just leaves me kind of like, I've got to sit here and talk about stuff, and there's no Formula One season, so I can't slag anyone off. I can slag people off quite easily, but there hasn't been any news either. I was expecting to hear a Hamilton retiring before he even turns a wheel next season, because Ferrari want Behrman in the car, really. My word. Behrman, he ought to not go there. See the writing on the wall. Leclerc should get out. Leclerc should go and get himself a driver at Red Bull when Hadjar burns out. As soon as Hadjar burns out and on race 3, then Leclerc should get himself a drive. I'm sorry for Ferrari fans, but man alive, you chose Ferrari. I was a Ferrari fan back in the Alesi and Berger days. Trust me. These were the years when Ferrari had decided to use a V12 engine when everyone was using a V10. And that V12 engine may have been fast, but it was never going to win a race. MJ saying stewarding won't take so long. Things have been to be sorted. They're usually less than 5 minutes. See, it's nothing. So, oh, Optimus is out there now. See, we're still getting people out there. Cole's put a basic lap. I think, what would we have, 48.2 or something, a 48.3 in Heat 1. But Optimus Prime now, stretching his legs out on the track. And these cars, they are tricky. You can't brake. You've got to brake. See, this is where they're spinning down here, because I think they're trying to brake as they're turning. And these cars, they are literally just braking a straight line. They don't do well, I think, like someone said in the Discord, with weight transfer. So if you're mid-corner, you can't really use the brakes because they will spin out. It's a weird, quirky thing with these. They only like to brake in straight lines. But they're so much fun. If you brake nice and early, you can usually drive them through the corner. They usually drive through the corner. You can get that accelerator on early. Oh, and the stewarding has been dealt with, it says. I wonder if someone's been a naughty boy. Ooh, what did they do? Well, if it's from Autosport, I would imagine it's against Blaze, because that was the Autosport and Blaze were close together on that track. Early beef, ladies and gentlemen. Early beef between the two Americans. It's civil war here in the world racing community. MJ saying these cars are no BBAL or TC. These cars are no brake balance or traction. Oh, I didn't know you didn't have traction control. I think that was an in-game thing. So yeah, they've got no brake balance either, so they can't finick it to try and put it all at the front, stop the back end spinning out. So it's this is using all of their skills, all of their pro racing skills, ladies and gentlemen, being put to use in this car. I mean, everyone's driven this car. You all know that this car was absolutely prima on GT Sports. It was the nuts of nuts. And then for some reason GT7 didn't transfer so well. Became a little bit of an unbalanced mess. But still fun to drive. Still, no one can help themselves. I mean, arguably the Honda Civic touring car, so much better. Surprised no one, surprised that didn't replace it for the MX5, of all these MX5s with the little Honda Civic. But no, the MX5 still strong, running through the leagues. They all still like to use it. But definitely isn't as much fun, or not as easy to drive, should I say, than the GT Sport version. Autosport at the moment out there, giving us a wee bit of entertainment now. Looks like they've already sorted the grid out. Wowzers. So the grid this time around is MJ on the front. AT Racing starts second. Blaze starts third. Hesketh starts fourth. Cool starts fifth. Autosport starts sixth. Thunder starts in seventh. Optimus Prime starts in eighth place. The lights are on, ladies and gentlemen. Be prepared. Go. Great start from MJ. AT Racing is like a robot. He's like the AI that I race in the Power Pack. Just flies off the line. It's perfect. And again there, AT Racing takes the lead. Second place for MJ, but watch out because the Cull is hanging around. He's lurking, ladies and gentlemen. Lurking means he's coming for you. Autosport is putting his money on the Cull and following him through as MJ fights it out on the wide side, and the Cull does come out up ahead of second. Hesketh in third, and Autosport didn't manage to follow him through, but enough to get the MJ, and MJ now left out in the cold as they all take a different line through the corner, and MJ finds himself down in sixth ahead of Blaze Freely and the Prime of Optimus. AT Racing in the lead again. This man wants pole. The Cull in second with Hesketh in third. Hesketh going for a move on the Cull on the inside, and Cull going very wide, but remember these sports soft tyres can afford them to get away with a little bit of off-roading. So the Cull then still stays ahead, and the Hesketh will be screaming to his team, he's got to pull over, he's got to let me by. That's easy. But did he get an advantage? He just went out wide. Some would argue that's a disadvantage. Autosport then now up and into third as we have a three-wide scenario between Hesketh and Thunder. Thunder goes for a move on Hesketh, and it's Thunder. Thunder up to fourth. Hesketh finding himself very chilly down in fifth at the moment, just ahead of Blaze. And Thunder up, but Thunder takes a bite of the wall, and that puts Hesketh back into fourth place as Autosport tries to run away from these guys, and the Cull tries to make a race for the Bob because he didn't get any racing in the first race. He's lonely. He needs people. Everyone needs somebody. The Blues Brothers told us this. Don't make me sing it. I will sing it if you don't understand the words. Yeah. So Bob out there 1.3 seconds ahead of the Cull. The Cull giving it all the beans he's got to try and catch up with Bob. Then we've got Hesketh trying to keep Autosport and the Thunder at bay. And then we have the newbie closing in nice and tightly, sat on board with the Blaze as we see Hesketh, Autosport and the Thunder do battle. Thunder goes for it as the Sport gets a big tank on. And Blaze just cruises on by as well as Autosport rejoins the track in our rear air. We can only just see him now and again pop in on that rear mirror. There he is. There you are. Peekaboo. He's gone. He's gone. Where is he? Peekaboo. There he is. So the Blaze then just trying to keep the Sport behind now. I think he'd be happy just to beat the Sport at this point in the race, but he has a chance of going up against the Thunder and the Hesketh ahead. Bob 1.7 seconds after landing the fastest lap. He is still pounding tarmac, ladies and gentlemen. He is chewing asphalt. He is doing unthinkable things to the concrete. But the Cull trying as hard as he might. He wants to keep him for company. 1.3 seconds, so the Cull just pulled back a mighty chunk of time on the Bob. So Bob, beware. Stranger danger, Bob. Cull's coming. Hesketh there in third, pulling away from the Thunder, and Thunder truly is going to be joined by the Blaze, by the Colony. The Colony is coming to join with Thunder. Oh, they get mighty close to that wall, don't they? It gives me a big one. Blaze then having a sniff and a whiff at the clean air either side of Thunder, but Thunder not to be taken there. And Hesketh going for a very wide line through that corner. Blaze then in fifth. Then we've got the Sport in sixth. MJ. Like I said, not race ready, not race fit. He's got to get in the gym. He's had too many turkey Twizzlers over the Christmas period. He's pulled a Nigel Mansell. I don't know. I don't know what he's done over Christmas. He's not been well. I bet he's lost a lot of weight if he's not been well. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe he's malnutrition. So AT Racing, he spent his Christmas just sim racing in the sim 24/7 to prepare for this race. The cull just comes natural to him anyway. So he was just enjoying a normal Christmas. And Hesketh too busy doing stats and stuff. Thunder 8/10, more fighting from Autosport and the Blaze. The boys from the colonies doing very well. In 5th and 6th. 7th there is MJ. And now picking up the pace now is MJ finding his groove. Blaze just about ahead of the Sport, but the Sport looks very menacing, very threatening. Yellow flag up ahead. Oh, it's AT and Racing. No way, he was leading this bad boy. What could it go on? What did he do? Turned the car in, everything looks tidy. Just dropped a wheel on the green stuff, and that was enough, ladies and gentlemen, to point the wrong way. Beautiful rotation there, though. Absolutely delicious rotation, and he's back underway again and trying to find the lead of this race again. So the Cull now is leading the way with Hesketh up and into 2nd. Thunder finds himself in 3rd, with Blaze now in 4th, being pursued by the Sports of Autos at Racing behind them. But he will close in, and that could help the Blaze right now. No, Blaze has done it. Blaze has dipped a wheel and pointed the wrong way. Beautiful, though. Beautiful rotation again. A great save there, Cole. Oh, look, Shay's happy. Shay called it. And Shay saying, who could have predicted that? He's done it again. What, has he? He's all right. Leave him alone. Blaze has done it now in sympathy. So the Cull leads the way, 3.4 seconds ahead of Hesketh. Then we've got the Thunder in 3rd place, but Thunder's going very wide. Oh, he'll get away with that. Not much grass out there, but the Sport is coming in strong and fast, and they're all playing it very loose with that grass. I'd be very careful after the Bob and Blaze incidences, but Bob now, he's trying to get something out of this one. He was looking for pole, and at best at the moment he'll be sat about 3rd. Blaze Fleely is in 6th place after his small spin, but MJ not quite close enough with the Cull. 3.8 second lead now on Hesketh. Can Hesketh close in the next 6-7 minutes? Who can say? Who can say? The lap times very clean from the Cull, all in the 48s. Shay saying, I can't leave him alone. Rage baiting him is one of my favourite hobbies, says the Shay. Poor old AT Racing. He's been practicing for this all winter, all Christmas. The Cull leads with Hesketh then in 2nd. Thunder under threat. Thunder is under threat. The old rivalry has been reborn between the Sports and Thunder. Thunder at the moment doing very well, and Sports going for the move up the inside, and this is the one, and it's Sport up into 3rd, making the move that counts. Can he stay out of the wall? Maybe not as much as Thunder. Thunder comes up against him up the inside, and remember, you can't snatch your brakes or you get a big wiggle on like I think Autosport just did. And this is working together nicely for AT Racing with these two duking it out. AT Racing looking to take both spots here. as Autosport now up into third. Bob having a sniff and a whiff, but the Thunder losing a position to AT Racing, who goes up into fourth place now, and he'll be looking to have a crack at the Sport, with Blaze Freely 18 seconds behind the Thunder now, and MJ may have someone to race here, and he's only 2.9 seconds ahead of the Prime, Optimus Prime, trying to close in on the MJ. Cole leads 4.2 seconds. Hesketh, he's fine. He's got 4 seconds ahead, 4 seconds behind. He can breathe easily. Autosport in third place. We've got less than 5 minutes to go, and AT Racing is looking to take that third place. If he can't win it, he wants to be on the podium at least. And Autosport, who's doing well in the championship, I believe, is just lost a position up the inside. And Thunder, opportune moment for the Thunder, following AT Racing through there, and Autosport finding himself on the back foot again behind the anime donned car, the cartoon car. Blaze Freely 19 seconds adrift of the Sport, 11 seconds ahead of MJ, and Optimus Prime slipping back from MJ a little bit there. As the Cole, these guys are all okay. It's here where the fight is between the Thunder and the Sport. And Bob disappearing into the distance. And I don't think he's got enough time on the clock to try and close in on Hesketh at this point. But Thunder, he's got everything to fight for from the Sport. The Sport laying it on thick for the Thunder at the moment. Thunder having to get very, very defendy, although at the moment he's all right. He's got half a second from any troubles with the Sport. Blaze has lost a bit of time again to MJ. So MJ, 3 minutes to go, 10 seconds to make up. Can he do it? Autosport still that half a second behind, and Bob isn't pulling away from the Thunder as much as I think he would like. Now remember, Thunder got the fastest lap in Heat 1. So, no, it wasn't. Bob got it. Sorry. Ooh, yellow flags. Is that anyone up ahead? No, it's MJ, I think. MJ, and now he's lost position to Optimus Prime. Optimus Prime has plucked away. He's just stuck to it. And now MJ again losing the rear derriere just in front of the leaders. That is not what you need when you've got leaders coming through. And Thunder there in fourth, Autosport in fifth, and Blaze Freely in sixth place now with Optimus Prime, and MJ's gone. Oh my God, MJ has gone. So the Cole then out there in the lead. MJ saying, I'm actually retiring. Dude. So the Cole, well, you do the races, find a car you like driving, and do a championship in that car. Stop picking cars that you don't like driving. So the Cole then 4.7 seconds in the lead. Hesketh 4.2 with the Bob in third, and we've got Thunder only 4 tenths behind Bob, and Autosport they're 1.2 seconds adrift of him. Blaze losing more time to the guys ahead. I think he needs to be in the crowd to keep the pace up, doesn't he? He's lost a bit of pace as he's not got any cars around him. He's aiming for 49s, and he's in the 51s at the moment. Maybe just using this as a test session. 52 that time around. So the Cole then flying 5 seconds ahead of Hesketh. Bob has pulled a bit of time in on the Hesketh, a second or so, but nothing relevant here. Thunder within a second, with Autosport just over a second behind. And Autosport, you can't. Autosport's picked up a naughty boy penalty, so Thunder could be safe now, unless he bullets himself. And Autosport going out very wide, very wide. And who's that going slow? Oh, that's Optimus Prime, sorry. So Autosport then paying his penalty. And now Thunder out of reach, but Thunder is looking at the bob. Thunder fancies a piece of the bob here in the final 20-odd seconds, the final lap, you could say. I don't know who's that ahead, Optimus Prime, but he's off the road. So it's the call going through. Oh no, it's not run out of time yet, sorry. The call might be the only one that gets a lap though. Hesketh, 5 seconds behind. Where is the line? I thought it was along there. So these have all made it through. Someone's got to finish. I don't know where the flag is, to tell you the truth. There you go. It's along there. I thought it was along there. Optimus Prime then finishes in 7th. And everything seems safe here. Thunder and AT Racing look like the only 2 threats out there. And it looks like AT Racing has got the measure. So the call brings it around that final corner and takes his first win of this second race. So it's 1 each for Bob and the call. Hesketh through in second, 2 seconds as AT Racing gets his 3rd and Thunder gets 4th place, with the Sport coming home in 5th ahead of Blaze Freely in 6th and Optimus Prime in 7th. So a great move from the call there. Beautiful stuff. Great drive. And then we grab this. Well, look at this. So there we go. They got the call. Taking that win with Bob falling off of the road. And Hesketh again getting 2nd place ahead of AT Racing. So this grid's going to be quite tight there between them. Thunder in 4th. I think Thunder's going to be starting 4th in the grid. Blaze Freely in 6th. Optimus Prime 7th. And MJ didn't quite get to the flag. Now, the big question is, will he be there for race heat 3? And why is Tommy Roo not joining in? What's Tommy Roo's issue? Why? Oh, and Hakusaku. Get an MX5, jump in. Hakusaku's got my true drive, although with a CSR sports rating, you might not want him in there, in all fairness. You see C, that's a red flag, in it any day of the week. Sports rating C. I mean, I get questionable if it's A or B. It's not hard to maintain an S because you just don't hit anyone in online racing. In the chat then, Shay saying, I actually so want to do this championship. I just need a PS5. The Throb saying, I just had a badass Caribbean curry and chips. I give it a GT7 3 chili peppers. Wow. Ian saying, hi, you prettiest little flower. Well, hello, Blossom. And Shay Z saying, yes, Thingy, this is what we are telling Tommy Roo. He's being boring, sadly. The Rooster doesn't want to play. UPUSSY. Change your name to Tommy Pussy. Oh, they're asking Hakusaku to race. He's got a sports rating of C. I hasten to add, be careful. How bad do you have to be to get a C? I don't want to put a man down. He might have just been very unlucky in races, but sports rating C, you don't often see him that low, do you? Tommy is joining. Good for you, Tommy the Roo. Tommy of the Roo. Looks like MJ is jumping back in again. Blaze wants to go at the back. What is wrong with you, Blaze? It's random. You just get put where you put. And you've done very well so far, so don't put yourself down. Right, someone's out there. It's the Sport, keeping us highly entertained. Although there's a couple out there. We've got the Sport, giving it some big welly. We've got the Prime. We've got the Thunder. MJ, you just got to remember they're sports soft tyres. They're not the racing tyres. They're not sticky at all. When you approach a corner, Hakusaku is not coming. And there he is, ladies and gentlemen. For the first time this season, I present to you, it's the Rooster. I don't know what noise that was. It was either the penguin from Batman. Meant to be a rooster. God knows what that was. But the Roo is back. And MJ saying he's unretired. Good. I am pleased. So the sport goes faster than anyone has ever gone before in this session. Between races, between heats. And Thunder, in his cartoons, is Optimus Prime, boom! He hit that wall like it owed him money. Tommy Roo, just taking it easy. He's just finding where the Mazda's limits lie. And there are plenitude of those limits in the little Mazda. Oh, and that's it. That's the practice he gets, ladies and gents. Well, he shouldn't have been so slow, should he? Cull, to join, I mean. Cull on top, Autosport in second, Thunder starts third, Prime starts fourth, Hesketh starts fifth, MJ sixth, Blaze in seventh, AT Racing in eighth, Tommy Roo in ninth. The lights are on for the final heat of the evening. And we're off, and it's a slow start from the Cull there, and surely Autosport will be nipping up his inside. No, the Cull holds on tight. The Cull keeps it together. Fantastic stuff. I'm running out of table. Just still got all Christmassy things on the table. So Cull then leads the way with Autosport in second. Thunder is in third spot, half a second ahead of Hesketh, who is a 3 wide situation. No, not quite. But we've got Bob coming past the Prime behind him. Blaze Freely in seventh, with Tommy Roo joining in eighth, and MJ in ninth. Just remember, MJ, this car has limits, lots of limits. So the Cull leads the way ahead of the Thunder. Thunder somehow getting past the Sport there, and again, AT Racing went for a move on the Sport, and there was a slight collision, and it gave Hesketh a beautiful opportunity to slice through the middle of the pair of them. Autosport then in fourth, and AT Racing slipping down and into fifth place, just ahead of the Blaze. And MJ now looking very racy in seventh place, having a little sniff, at the Blaze. Blaze making him, no, he wasn't. I thought he made a mistake. And the Roo in seventh. MJ did get ahead of the Blaze then. So MJ up to sixth, 1.6 seconds off of AT Racing, with Autosport in fourth place. Having a look at the Hesketh, who's been a naughty boy. He's got himself a penalty, and Thunder is all up and about the business of the Cull. Does the Cull not? Does he not know who he is? Does Thunder not realise who is in front of him? Who does he think he is, eh? Who do you think you are, Thunder? Mixing it up with the Cull? The King? Whoa, they got air over there. Wowzers. So the Cull then leading the way, and Thunder at the moment, he's got ideas above his station. Maybe it's because I said he had cartoons on his car. They don't like that, do they? They like to call it anime, to try and make it not sound like it's cartoons. Tom and Jerry, legit better than K-pop hunters, demon hunters. Okay, more violence in Tom and Jerry. Wile E. Coyote and the emu, the Roadrunner, legit better than K-pop. Cole then. I'm going to get everyone really slicing me up in the comments there because I don't know what I'm talking about. I've never watched K-pop. I just know my 18-year-old's really into it. He's got a poster on his wall and everything. Nothing's ever moved him to put a poster on his wall, except for a cartoon about a pop band and they hunt demons at the same time or something, I assume. Vodka Rob saying beep beep. Cool then, getting a lot of heat from Thunder at the moment, with AT Racing in third, the Sport in fourth, ahead of Hesketh. Hesketh's race not going that well, but Sport's off the road. Sport's a little wide there, and that gives Hesketh the opportunity to get himself up and into fourth place as they grab a bit of air over that corner. And Hesketh then in fourth, Autosport in fifth. Then we got MJ in sixth, holding ground. Only he's got there now. By Jove, he's sorted it out. He's organised himself. He's given his head a wobble and remembered he's a pro sim racer, not a whiny little girl. Sorry to whiny little girls out there. Blaze Freely in seventh place with Tommy Roo just finding his feet, just easing his way in. He's just put the tip in and he's going to see how it feels before he goes full shaft. Ooh, he nearly went full shaft then. Oh, and he's got a little wiggle on for his troubles. And Blaze then in seventh place. Cole out there in the lead, and he cannot shake off his Roadrunner. He really cannot. Beep me. So the Cole out there in the lead. Oh no. This is where it turns out Vodka Rob's a huge K-pop Demon Hunters fan. Vodka Rob saying, didn't the Roadrunner say meep meep, not beep beep? I might be wrong, because it's a long time ago. No, I think you're right. I think meep beep is what he used to say. The Cole then still ahead of Thunder, but Thunder has got a fire in his butt ski and he is flying hard. Beautiful racing between the two of them. Bit of tete-a-tete as Thunder tries to get a bit of purchase up the inside of the Cole, but it's not happening yet. Again, another run at the Cole, but the Cole just keeping him in where he's supposed to be. And all the time this is happening, AT Racing is heading in their direction. Hesketh there in a distant fourth, and MJ is up another spot in fifth. See, dreams do happen. As Gabrielle once told us, dreams can come true. Autosport there in sixth with the Blaze in seventh, all very close together still. Tommy Roo hanging around the rear derriere of the Blaze, just a welcoming party, you may say. And Optimus Prime fighting the MX5 like it owes him something. Cool then, just about staying ahead of the Thunder, and these two really do have to raise the stakes. Raise that pace, baby. Raise the roof, because AT Racing is definitely closing in, and he's got a real can-do attitude. You better watch yourself. You better check yourself before you wreck yourself. So Bob then, not messing around now. AT Racing having a real good look at the rear derriere of the Thunder, picking out which side he's going to go, picking out what side he wants to make his overtake on, and it's the right hand side, but it's a little too late, and Thunder holds the ground. He holds the door. And Vodkrop saying they don't make cartoons like they used to, and Shay saying MJ is taking the unretirement. Seriously, I know, he's done better than Michael Schumacher did when he came out of retirement. Better than Alonso did after his retirement. He is the retirement story of retirements. He's in trouble though, because Autosport is interested. He's very interested, Autosport. And I bet you he's giving him another race idea. As they're that close together on track, I can hear Autosport shouting from his car, what if we race shopping trolleys? Anything. I'm telling you, 100 ideas. He's got some sort of ADHD as Autosport. It is 100 racing ideas per second. You can't keep up with the Discord chat. Blaze then coming in with Tommy Roo around the outside. He's had to take avoiding action. He's off the road and someone's had a spin. Not MJ. Not my MJ. You leave my MJ alone. Who did that, MJ? Who did that? I'll have him. Don't you worry, sir. Let me watch. I'll watch this replay. I'll tell you. Oh, MJ, you did it to yourself. You did it to yourself. You did. That's what really hurts. So Cole leads this race by 9/10 of a second. The Bob has dispersed of the Thunder, and now he is trying to get that pole position with a win and a third, I believe, under his belt already in the heats. Going for a second. That's going to be a tough one. This quali is going to be, this grid is going to be tight to recognise who's going to go where. And Shay saying, oh no, about MJ's spin. So the Call then leads with Racing AT chasing him down, and the Thunder in third. Hesketh fourth, with Autosport ahead of the Roo. And the Roo has got himself ahead of Blaze, and now Roo wants to get some movement and action on the sport of autos. Auto getting a big wiggle on there, and then the braking. The Rooster up the inside, and it's good night. See, what is it? Good night, Vienna. And Autosport then just choking on the dust of the Roo's MX5. Blaze Freely, looking to find a way past the Sport, but the Sport could be slightly too far ahead. We've still got 5 minutes of this heat. It's not done. MJ in 8th place. He thought he had it all together, but he didn't quite. But that's just the unpredictability of the MX5. Cull getting the fastest lap last time around, just to give AT Racing a message. It is the message. He's all about diversity. Look, he's got a purple mark in amongst all of his other lap times. These lot, he's got a blue one, I suppose. They're all quite diverse. But the Cull's got a purple one that makes him different to everyone else. Makes him a little bit better. So Cull then leads the way. And AT Racing. But the Cull's going to be on pole, isn't he? Because he's already had a win. And a third. So that's 2 wins and a third, with the Bob getting a win, a third and a second. The Thunder, I think he's got like 4ths all the way through. I'll be surprised if he's not 4th. Hesketh, he's got to be 3rd, hasn't he? The Rooster should be at the back, because this is his first heat, with Autosport probably 5th. I'd say Blaze 6th and MJ 7th. But the Roo, at the moment, it's not all done and dusted for 5th place. He does have an Autosport giving him some big worries behind Hesketh. He's 9 seconds up the road, so Hesketh not an issue for Tommy Roo or Autosport at the moment. How's the Cull doing? Only 8/10 ahead of AT Racing. AT Racing pulling up his socks, pulling up his sleeves. He's got on with things quietly. No moaning, no groaning. He's just got on with it. And now he is in for a race as we come into the last 2.5 minutes here at Lago Maggiore for Heat 3 of the World Racing Community's MX5 Cup, Round 3. And it's been thrills and spills, ladies and gentlemen. Thrills, spills, and maybe 1 or 2 bellyaches along the way. Son, I'm 30. I only went with your mother 'cause she's dirty, and I don't have a piece of bun in me. So the call then out there. Bills, thrills and bellyaches. Come on, come on. So the call out there leads half a second from AT Racing, with Thunder in third, Hesketh there in fourth, Tommy Roo in fifth, over a second now ahead of Autosport. So Tommy Roo starting to find his feet in the MX5. Autosport in sixth, Blaze in seventh, with MJ there in eighth spot. But MJ is an endurance racer. He's not a sprint racer, remember. He likes to go long. He's not a two pump and gone guy. He's all about that tainted love or whatever that Sting used to be into. 8-hour sex sessions. That's what MJ's into. He's not a quickie kind of guy. So the call still leads. There's 44 seconds on the clock. That's what they say at Ferrari as well. There's 44 on the clock and it's running out. Cole leads the way with AT Racing, right up his chuff, really with some intent. He's driving with intent now. The police could stop him and say that you've got some intent there, sir. They cross the line with seconds to spare. They will have to do another lap. Thunder crosses the line, still with seconds to spare, but he's got no qualms or worries from the Hesketh, who is too far back to go on a challenge. The Rooster crosses the line with still seconds to go, and so does Autosport. That was tight for Autosport. So Blaze Freely finishes in seventh, only just ahead of the MJ. Optimus Prime already finishing in eighth. Then we have the Cull fighting with the Bob. The Bob could have lost this one. He scooped her up. How? He went down almost the whole of that straight sideways, but somehow scoops her up, and he's still not losing much time behind the Cull. But the Cull takes the win, and AT Racing in second. Thunder comes home in third, with Hesketh in fourth, and Tommy Roo doing a fine job in fifth place for his debutante in this series, and Autosport there in sixth place. So my guessages would be, I think the Cull is on the pole. Well done, Cull, with his 2 wins and his, I think, third place. Then I reckon AT Racing will be second on the grid with his 1 win, his second and his third. Thunder finished in third, and I think he'll start fourth on the grid. Hesketh finished fourth, and I think he'll start third on the grid. The Rooster come home in fifth, but I think he'll be at the back because he's only taken 1 heat. Autosport in sixth, he'll probably start in fifth, with Blaze Freely in seventh, probably starting in sixth. MJ will probably start seventh, even though, I mean, he finished in eighth in that race. And yes, Optimus Prime finishing in ninth. I think he'll start eighth, with the Rooster starting in ninth, if he decides to start at all. I'll do this quickly. Boom. Voice chat, please. Tickets. Thunder should update his entry thing through Goes for Hamilton. Goes through what? And Hesketh saying calculating grids. Done it, boy. Done it, son. Already done it. See how quick I am. I might not be as fast as Hesketh on track, but I'm fast on the off the track. If you get me meaning, yeah, Brad. You get me meaning. MJ sparkly car. So, yes, as they calculate the grid for the main race, and I've got Thunder in the chat saying no, what, for Oh, Shay saying Nelson PK type overtake attempts. I can't remember what that one was. Did they hit him? I remember Nelson Piquet Jr. just putting it in the wall to give Alonso a win. But yeah. So MJ has been on a journey in this round. He's come back from a long break. He retired temporarily, unretired. Had an absolute blinding race until it wasn't blinding anymore. And even after that, it was just that one thing. Just that one thing. Boop, 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 boop. Someone's battery's running out. Be one of my child's. And, oh no. Always worries me when Vodka Rob starts his chat with, I've got your stream. Vodka Rob saying, I've got your stream going on 3 phones and I've managed to get them all exactly synced. Why? What would you get from that? Shay7 saying, you would definitely know it when you see it. It was back in the 80s. He drifted round the outside. Oh, I think I do remember that. Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, blood. I got you. Back in the days when they could drift the Formula 1 cars. I've been watching a lot of old F1 stuff on YouTube, so yeah, I'm not missing it at all. I'm not missing the season one bit. I've watched a 3.5 hour over Christmas, a 3.5 hour YouTube of the 2004 season. I've watched a 2.5 hour YouTube video of the Hamilton and Rosberg championship battle. I've watched numerous old ones. I watched Dallas 1980, I think, just the race. Oh, I found one that it was like totally uninterrupted with all the Aussie adverts as well, of like Adelaide 88 and all the build up. It's like 6 hours long. There's like V8 racing supercars in it as well, going around Adelaide. It was brilliant. And they were all talking about what a bad boy Senna is and how many incidences he had. And you know what? It just reminded me of Max Verstappen and what they say about him today. And I just thought, well, yeah, I mean, they're the same. They're Max Verstappen probably was possessed. There's probably some Illuminati out there and some lizards that have got together. And Jos Verstappen has sacrificed his child, and they've managed to possess him with Senna or something. So he's back, like one of them evil villains. They always seem to come back. Jason always comes back. The Throb saying, I only actually want it on 2. It was just because one of them needs charging, but one on full screen, the other for chat. I get that. Okay, fair enough. Yeah. So yeah, there was some ceremony. Anyway, some of it. It was done on Epstein's Island for sure. It was definitely on Epstein's Island, and there was definitely some sacrifices made. Prince Andrew was there, I'm sure of it, and Trump. They were holding the incense burners as the ceremony took place. So Thunder, yeah. So that's what I was doing over Christmas, and you can see the thoughts in my head about, you know. MJ saying apologies for the delay, doing the maths for the final now. Already worked it out. I worked it out by the end. I don't know what you guys take your time about. Hey, the longer you guys take, the more wackier my theories get. I've already done the on the Epstein Island. They had a ceremony. Jos Verstappen sacrificed his child Max, and there was an incantation made, and they filled poor old Max's body with Senna's essence. So it's just one of them theories I've got. There's plenty of them. And Volkerov saying, don't say that, I idolise Senna. I absolutely cannot stand Max Toad Verstappen. Honestly, go and watch some old footage. The way they talk about Senna, it just felt... Oh, God, what's going on? Oh, they've changed the time of day. Okay. And now the following settings have been changed. Nothing. Nothing has been changed. I like that. The following settings have been changed. Nothing. Good stuff. I guess that's just for the grid, possibly. But yeah, the way they spoke of Senna, it was mainly Jackie, and you know Jackie had an issue with him. Jackie really didn't like him, did he? So yeah, it was mainly Jackie mouthing off about him. Oh, he's had the most accidents. That's not his accent, but that's about as close as I'm going to get to see you, Jimmy. Oh, there's a loose moose about this house. So, lobby crash. Wow. After all these years, Kaz, you can't still get a stable... What do you think this is, PMR or something? What are we talking about? It's a good game now. Okay, I still haven't bought it, but apparently it's a good game. I decided I'm going to buy it when, as advertised, it has VR. Once they say, yes, PSVR 2, good to go on PMR, then I'll know they fixed everything else, because obviously PSVR 2 is going to be the final thing that they do. So in about 3 or 4 years' time, I'm looking forward to having a go on Project Motor Racing. It looks quite good. I mean, it only crashed for some people. I never left. I was here all along. I'm solid. Solid as a rock. So as they get themselves in order and load in, Optimus Prime. There's a couple on track. I've been a little bit... it's not been great for you guys, is it? I've just been making you stare at menu screens, and God almighty, if you play the game, you're probably sick of seeing those menu screens anyway. So, what have we learnt today? I really like the power pack. I much prefer driving against AI than real people. Max Verstappen isn't really Max Verstappen. He is Ayrton Senna in Jos Verstappen's child's body. Schumacher's unretirement and Alonso's unretirement have been totally boring. Kimi Raikkonen's wasn't, though. Interesting that, isn't it? Could Kimi Raikkonen be the greatest F1 driver of all time? I'd put it in there for personality. If you take personality into it as well, he definitely is the best Formula One driver we've ever had. Oh, for heaven's sakes, what is going on? Do I have to do the settings for you? Oh, final tick. I was going to try and make it a joke about Tourette's, but I can't. I can't be bothered to think of it. It's been too long. Final tick. That's what a Tourette's person said. Suicidal Tourette's person said. Final tick. That could work. I got there in the end. I just couldn't be bothered to think about it. Yeah. Final tick is what the suicidal Tourette's person said. Is that too much? I don't know. It didn't seem bad. It's not like Tourette's is a killing, you know, a terrible... I'd like to have it. I'd love to... No, I wouldn't love to have it, but... I mean, they get some money out of TikTok, don't they? Get Tourette's, get a TikTok thing, you're laughing. Just say arse a few times. Oh, we've got a grid. I was just about to read the chat. I'll read that later. I'll see how naughty I've been. How many people are telling me off. So here we go then. The final grid. Cull, AT Racing, Hesker, Thunder, Autosport, Blaze Freely, MJ, Optimus Prime, Tommy Roo. Exactly what I said 10 minutes ago. Boys, listen to me. Lights out. Let's go racing. The Cull then in the lead with the Bob in second place. Bloody hell. Call me Stephen Hawkins if you wish. So, a human calculator. Hesketh then in third place, but the Cull leads for now, and AT Racing having a sniff and a whiff up the inside, late breaks it into the corner. Remember, the track will be a lot cooler than all of the heats that they've already taken part in, so they've got to be, there's an added jeopardy out there with a cooler track. Oh, and the Cull pulls a nice move. A little rude, but still a phenomenal move there for us in streaming world. AT Racing then down into second. Hesketh there in amongst it all with the Autosport going very wide, but it's okay. I think that is a line through that corner. The Rooster has made great movements in this race so far, from the very back up and into fifth. Blaze side by side with the Thunder, and Thunder's dropped down a lot. His starting process is something to be thought about. MJ in 8th place with the Optimus Prime in 9th, but it's AT Racing now in the lead, and the Cull having trouble with the Hesketh. Hesketh now up and into 2nd place, and the Cull is getting worse and worse for him, as now he's got the Rooster sniffing around his rear derriere, and when the Rooster starts sniffing around, you know he has some sort of intention. He's grabbing the tie wraps and the potato sack, and you're going for a ride in his boot. Autosport out wide for the Sport, and Blaze, his compatriot, not quite overtaking him. Thunder in that mix as well between the Americans. So Autosport again taking a trip off of the side of the road, and Thunder gets his elbows out and comes through the middle of them and says, excuse me, if you two are going to flip around. And I saw Sport getting a bit of a penalty there. That must be his little excursion day off to the side of the road, and gets a penalty for it. MJ knows this is a long race. I think it's 30 minutes. Knows there is no rush. Doesn't need to do it all on lap 4. He's waiting for later in this race. Like I said, MJ is an endurance racer, not your sprint. He's not a 2 pump and drop go kind of guy. He likes to go all day. Ask Mrs. MJ. She's worn and torn. In the chat, Throb saying, I bought it and haven't even opened it yet. I think that's PMR. Throb saying, I got Rensport as well, and I've played it twice. Thunder saying, it's more like a hobby for me, so obviously I don't need to do it if I don't want to. Kimmy. See? Best driver ever. Gotta be. And Hesketh now going up and into the lead of this race, but like I said, it's a long race. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. The Rooster also fancying to take part up at the sharp end, the pointy end of the pack. Ooh, he's had a thud from the Cull from behind, and that's all part and parcel of racing in this close pack, and they've all raced with each other for many years and have much trust. Big love between the pack. And Cull then finds himself at the back with Thunder closing in. Thunder dispensing of the Americans, and Autosport's penalty only half a second, but finds himself nearly 2 seconds behind the Blaze. And the Blaze is flying high, ladies and gentlemen. MJ in the 49s and means business now. He's altered his mindset. He has decided he is a pro sim racer. And Optimus Prime staying with him though. Optimus Prime finding some good time now. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Hesketh though leads the way with the Rooster in chase. AT Racing now, we don't know. Could there be? There may be some fuel saving situations here. AT Racing, Cull. They're not soft. They're not daft. They might have dropped in behind this battle just to do a bit of fuel save. They might be giving it some early shifts, some dips and coasts. The Ferrari style lift and coast. Thunder might catch them with their panties down. Hesketh then out there in the lead. Rooster having a look, but AT Racing is interested as well. Let's get on board, shall we, with the call as we make our way around, avoid the wall right there, and we'll stay with the lap as we've just started the lap. So out wide into that corner, drop it down into the apex. Mind AT Racing in front of you. He is in the way a little bit. Come on, out of the way, bud. Out of our way. Oh no, he wants the toe, doesn't he? He wants the toe. Sorry, I want that toe. And the call then goes ahead of the Bob, and this is what's making me think that they're doing a little fuel saving, because Bob wasn't interested in racing the call then. He's like, well, okay, if you want to go ahead, as long as I can sit in your clean air. So Hesketh leads the way, but is he draining his fuel? Is he burning unnecessary fuel? But the call now dropping back a little bit, and is probably not getting that clean air boost from behind the Rooster right now, even though he has got ahead of the Bob. Bob fancying a fuel save behind the call for a while. Coming up to 7 minutes, 30-minute race, and they will need to make a pit stop at some point. We saw in the first round a couple of them opted not to change their tyre, but that seemed to be a mistake. The tyre was pretty torn up by the end of the race, so in round 2 we saw them all changing their tyres in the pit stops. But Hesketh at the moment, fine job out there in the lead. We're on lap 10 of the 30-minute race, and the Rooster. Now let's have a look. See, Hesketh's got a bit better fuel than Rooster there, and the Cull. Oh, AT Racing similar. I mean, the AT Racing saved the most. Out of the top 4, and AT Racing going for a move on the Cull. There you go, just doing it for fun, just doing it for the giggles, the poos and the giggles. Thunder in 5th place. Is he? Oh, he's the fastest man who's ever been around this track in this race so far. Blaze in 6th, 4.7 seconds off the Thunder, and only 8 tenths ahead of his compatriot, I think they say. They might not understand what I'm saying if I say compatriot, but compatriot. It's like when, you know, things we call a mirror, they call a mirror. So Autosport closing in on the Blaze. And looking very much at getting a move done here. He's decided, no, Blaze says, thou shalt not pass. I shall be Gandalf, and I shall say to you, thy shall not pass. Oh, but Blaze cooks it like it's in a bong, and loses the position, and Autosport then up and into 6th. And AT Racing then in 4th ahead of the Thunder. Thunder having a bit of a quiet race, tucked up behind the leaders, and doesn't want to play his card too soon. It is a bit of a game of waiting at the moment to see who's going to pull that trigger first. I feel they're all doing an element of, well, I don't know, he revved his gears out a bit there, did Hesketh. So I'm looking at their gear changes so much, and yeah, he does rev it out, so I don't think he is fuel saving. But maybe he's fuel saved as long as he wants to, and now he is starting to pull out. Their times are saying that they're going very fast. They've been doing 48s, late 48s. The Cull and AT Racing still going at it. The Cull's going for a move. Oh, mistimed, misjudged. Whatever it was missed. and AT Racing felt the clout of the Cull as he turned in on him there, and Thunder getting a lovely shiny opportunity to make a move at the Bob, after the Bob coming together with the Cull. But AT Racing holding that 4th place again, dipping a wheel. Dangerous. He knows about that. Autosport sliding around, being caught by the Blaze. Wasn't the Blaze ahead of Cull? Autosport, sorry. Autosport getting another penalty. He's a very naughty boy. So Autosport picking up a bit of a penalty there. And Blaze, I'm pretty sure, close enough to pick up from that. And again with Autosport off the track. More penalties his way. No, not this time. And he's paid his penalty. But yeah, Blaze will be questioning Autosport's track infringements. Now there's a yellow flag up ahead, but it's none of the leaders. It's not MJ. Oh, it's the prime of Optimus, ladies and gentlemen, as Hesketh still continues on with that lead. 11 minutes in, we're a third done. The fuels are about halfway, and Hesketh is 8/10 better to the Tommy Roo, who's in second. They're a second ahead of the Cull, who's in third, whom is a second ahead of the Bob, who is in fourth. But Thunder is the man who's looking racy at the moment. Oof, not that one. That one. We're getting purples on board with the Bob with the Thunder at the moment, as he tries to find a way past AT Racing. And this race still in its infancy, still a while to go. They've still got their moves to make. Autosport in 6th ahead of Blaze as they get a little wiggle on, coming into the big turn on to the long straight. Onto the brakes, and it's the road very unsettling, as you can see. It's up and down as AT Racing makes a mistake, goes off the track, but gets back on ahead of Thunder, and Thunder not optimizing that. But now can he do it this time? No, not quite. And AT Racing has Bob in his pocket at the moment. Thunder, not Bob, he is Bob. He has Thunder in his pocket, and there's nothing Thunder can do or find to get by. Although he is going to keep on trying. Tommy Roo is in the lead. He's got himself past the Hesketh, but one would wonder if Hesketh has done that on purpose to get a bit of a tow from the Rooster. Who knows? The Rooster, though, now is in the lead of the race. A 48.4 last time around for Tommy Roo, as Hesketh 48.8. Not much in it, really, is there? And the Cull is tucked up behind them as well. They are in a tow train as the Bob tows the Thunder. And further back, we've got the Sport, only 8/10 ahead of his compatriot. And MJ in 8th place, 14 seconds away. He's had a bad lap 15. Other than that, it's been an absolutely brilliant race for MJ. Here we go then, Tommy Roo under fire from the Hesketh. The Hesketh going for the move up the inside, and it's Hesketh now in the lead with Roo in second and the Cull in third. And the Cull goes for a move. He's going for a twofer. He's got the move done on the Rooster, but can he get the the Sketh? He's Sketh. And Cull then up into second. Again, another slide on from the Cull, but it's all under control. Do not worry. Blaze Freely comes into the pits. Ooh. This is just a halfway, I'm going to pit no matter what situation. He's got a quarter of a tank of fuel, and his tyres look quite tidy. So, and MJ making that same decision. Same decision from MJ. They fancy the stops now. Maybe an undercut is in it. Hesketh then being pushed along by the Cull and the Roo. The Roo going for a move on the Cull, and he gets it. He gets it. He lands that big boy. He has a little tap with the wall, I think, and that's giving the Cull the momentum he needs. But he's out wide, and the Cull doing all he can to not spin that car. And Hesketh still maintains that lead with Cull in second, the Roo in third, AT Racing in fourth, and Thunder dropping back a little bit. Autosport in fifth ahead of Blaze. Blaze coming out the pits right in the middle of the traffic, which is what he didn't want. But now he can just join on the back of that and follow him through. MJ out as well, only 4 seconds ahead. 4 seconds behind Blaze. Blaze's pit stop was extraordinarily long. But MJ has only put half a tank of fuel. Is that enough? It must be. It must be. I don't think it is. I don't think it's enough fuel. I think he needed 2/3 of a tank, 3/4 of a tank, anything more than half a tank. But I may be wrong. I've been wrong many a time before, and there's always this time to rack it up to 1262 times wrong. This is Prime Entertainment, says Shay, and yes. They do make racing interesting here, don't they? Look at them all, bumper to nose, bumper to bumper. Autosports 18 seconds behind them as Hesketh takes the lead. Tommy Roo is taking the second place. It's 3 wide from AT Racing, Tommy Roo and the Cull. And AT Racing backs off, lets them through as the Rooster really is becoming a menace to AT Racing and the Cull. Thunder's got in the action as well. Thunder enters the chat, ladies and gentlemen, throws his hat in the ring. So Hesketh out there in the lead with AT Racing in second place. Tommy Roo is in third. No, he's not. He's in second. He's got the move done. Yellow flag out there, but it could be Optimus Prime getting out of the way. AT Racing, I think it is, Autosport and Blaze, everyone seems to be still in the place they should be. Cull goes in, only one of the leaders going in, 18 minutes. Hesketh's got himself a good 1 second ahead. The Rooster, AT Racing and Thunder all stay out as the Cull goes in. Autosport and Autosport is yet to pit, and he's got Blaze Freely chasing him down. Now he goes ahead of the Cull, who is topping up with fuel now. Blaze Freely 51 seconds behind the Cull. I'm sure the Cull's going to get out ahead of the Blaze, but where is he going to get out? He's way ahead of the pack. He doesn't have to worry about the pack whatsoever. Hesketh leads from Tommy Roo, 1.4 seconds, then Thunder, but the AT Racing, he's making sure the Cull isn't going to get an undercut here. So the AT Racing going in, and MJ, let's have a look at his fuel. We'll keep an eye on MJ's fuel. I think he may have made a mistake, but who knows? It did take him a long time to come up with that grid, didn't it? I think they ran out of fingers. So AT Racing topping up, and it's a race against the Cull here, who's on his outlap. He's coming up towards the pit lane. AT Racing still topping up with fuel. The Cull moves past, but the pit lane isn't finished yet. It nearly is, though. So the Cull, and there he is as AT Racing trickling out of the pits, and the Cull is an absolute mile ahead. Tommy Roo then into the pits, only just enough fuel to get there as Hesketh decides to take another lap, as does Thunder. And the Rooster going in. Autosport is yet to pit also, and does not pit on this time around. The Cull in fifth. 5 seconds on AT Racing. Is that how much the undercut gives you? If that's the case, that Blaze and MJ might jump Autosport at this race. Tommy Roo drops behind the Cull. He's on his way out. Is he going to drop behind AT Racing? It doesn't look like it. Looks like he's going to be closer to the Cull. And Tommy Roo then out onto the track. 5 seconds ahead of AT Racing. That does surprise me. So the Cull out there ahead of Tommy Roo by a 1.4 seconds. Thunder has dropped into the pits. Autosport just coming up to the pit lane, and he goes in. So has Blaze Freely done enough with that early stop to get himself ahead of Autosport? We've got Thunder in as well. Hesketh has stayed out another lap. Can the Cull come through? He does. He gets the Thunder, and so does the Rooster, possibly. And Thunder then is on his way out, so maybe not. Maybe not. Thunder onto the track just behind the Cull. Not far behind the Cull, but Tommy Roo is on scene. He is in scene. He has been seen. Hesketh into the pits. Hesketh into the pits for his pit stop. Can the Cull do the unthinkable here? Now, Autosport did stay ahead of Blaze. So Autosport, fantastic job. Stays ahead of the Blaze, and the Blaze must be dumbfounded. He must be gutted. He thought that he had the undercut sorted. Now, MJ, he's going to make me look a fool by saying he didn't have enough fuel by making that fuel last, isn't he? Hesketh's on his way out. Where is the Cull? The Cull is there at the pit entrance. Hesketh's out in ahead. Hesketh is ahead of the Cull by 2. Well, it's got to level out yet. Let's just give it a second. He wasn't going down the straight as quick as the Cull, but 2.3 seconds is not bad. You saw how close they all were when they started making their pit stops. The Rooster ahead of Thunder, but Thunder fancies a piece of the Rooster before the end of the race, but the Rooster holds on tight for that podium position, and we have got less than 8 minutes to go before we see that checkered flag come out. So there is still plenty of racing to go. Don't thee worry about it. Don't you worry your sweet little head about it, my friends. Plenty of racing yet. Oh, I'm taking my hat off, forgetting I've got a headset on. Ouch! And then I clonked myself on the head with the headset. Unbelievable. Hey, pretty cat. Wow. 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 I know, we fed her good food over Christmas, and it's been a pain ever since, because now she just begs for nice food, because they live on dry biscuits, because we care. It's what the vet says. They want to eat dry biscuits. It's good for their teeth. Apparently teeth are all important with cats. You've got to keep their teeth good all their life, and then the rest of them will follow. It's like not Destiny's Child, I think it was on Vogue. It said, free your mind and the rest will follow. So if you look after your cat's teeth, then the rest of it's fine. So we only give them biscuits, then one of those neutral plan vet recommended biscuit things. But at Christmas they got gravy food and soup food. But then every day after Christmas we get yelled at in the kitchen. Every time we enter the kitchen, the cats arrive screaming for that good stuff. Give us the good stuff. Must be how the Nazis felt during the occupation. Hesketh then is in the lead with the Cull in second. Tommy Roo in third place with Thunder all up and about his business. Thunder means business here, and he wants a podium. Who's this Roo guy? He's not been here for the first 2 rounds. Couldn't even make his mind up if he wanted to race today. And he's sitting in third place ahead of Thunder. So Thunder, yes, he does believe that's his spot, and he wants it back. AT Racing, 3.5 seconds. Gosh knows what happened to the AT Racing. Maybe he overfueled a little bit. He had a little daydream. Oh wow, thank you. I just had a hot coffee, a hot beverage delivered to my booth, to the comms booth. She does love me, you see. Even though I question her. Hesketh then out there in the lead. Question it because I'm such an ass. Who could love this? So Hesketh then out in the lead. Although I bought her a Friends experience for Christmas. Eh? Lucky, lucky woman. A Friends experience that I went on. It seems self-serving, doesn't it? Really? Should have stood outside, shouldn't I? Should have said, no, it's your present. You go in there. I'll just stand here in freezing cold London, where I think I'm going to get stabbed at any second. No! Wow, wow, wow. Brrr. Weird cow. There is no other good food. That's it, you bet it all. Hesketh then, out in the lead. 3.5 seconds. Cull in second. Tommy Roo still having his dice with the Thunder. And the Thunder giving it some big, big wellies. He's keeping his foot in there, ladies and gentlemen. The Rooster does not recognise the man in the mirrors. His rearview mirrors. He's looking at the man in the rearview mirrors. Ooh, he's asking him to change his ways. Oh. So Thunder, the man in the rear view mirrors, giving it some big welly behind the Rooster. AT Racing playing catch up, and he's working it, girl. You work it, lady. He's working it. It's 2.5 seconds now, so he has closed up. It was 4 some seconds. The Cull in trouble. The Cull is in trouble. He has slipped back into the Rooster zone. Tommy Roo's area. And if you get into Tommy Roo's area, he'll mess you up. You get me, Brad? Don't get it all in my grill bladder. And that's it then. The Rooster is through. He has locked it down. Locked tight. And the Cull then slips to third and finds Thunder for company. AT Racing in 5th. Autosport 5.6 seconds. He's pulled away quite nicely from Blaze. MJ, he's dropped back. Is he saving fuel, or has he made a pit? He's not made a pit stop, but he's dropped a lot of time to Blaze. He was closing in on the Blaze quite nicely, and I can't see a lap where he would have lost a lot of time. There's only 2 more minutes left on the clock, and he's got a whopping amount of time to Optimus Prime. But still, is he going to try and just coast this one home? Pull out channel his best Leclerc, his best Hamilton, lift and coast all the way? Maybe, possibly. But with only 1.5 minutes on the clock, Hesketh is 5 seconds in the lead. The Rooster just taking that second place away from Cull, who is not taking it very nicely. It's not resting with him. It hasn't settled with him very much. He wants it back. And Thunder there has been knocking on the door to the podium for most of this race. And I think he's done everything he can to take the podium, except for the overtake. So Thunder, he's got to commit to that overtake if he wants the podium. And at the moment, he just doesn't want to commit to it, does he? He doesn't want to. He doesn't want to put it up the side of inside of Tommy Roo earlier, and now he doesn't want to put it to the Cull. AT Racing closing in, and Thunder might miss out on everything altogether if he doesn't get a shifty on now. This is the moment for the Thunder as he tries to go up the inside of him. Not quite. And the Cull is all about staying ahead of the Thunder. Rooster, he's finding a little bit of space out there now that these two are tripping over each other. We are coming up to 30 minutes. Someone's crossed the line, and so does someone else. But it's Hesketh going that way, and we're watching him cross the line to take the win, because he's going through again. course, the timer hasn't run out. Tommy Roo hits the finishing line, finishes in second. Cull gets third, Thunder gets fourth, AT Racing gets fifth. Blaze Freely is ahead of Sport. What happened to the Sport? Unbelievable, Jeff. So Blaze Freely, on his debut, comes home in 6th place, ahead of some big hitters like MJ and the Auto Sport. Hesketh is just cruising around now on his own. He's doing wiggles. He's doing wiggles and waggles. Thunder got the fastest lap again, though. Here comes Blaze then, coming home to take the checkered flag in his first race with the World Racing Community. Autosport gets 7th, and Hesketh is just having a bit of fun there. Beat me, he says. Beat me to the line. I could do what I want. Donuts, spins, you name it, I'll do it. And the Hesketh then takes the win, a lap after everyone else. Beautiful stuff. So, there we go. Get to have a look at the Hesketh. Hey, I haven't seen that. Is that new, or has he only ever won one race? Oh, that was a stinger, wasn't it? Sorry, Hesketh. Do you think that was deserved? I think he has won races. I think it's a new suit. Jamie Baxter saying, evening thingy. You've come in right at the very end, Jamie Baxter. You've missed everything. And Vodka Rob saying pit stops were massive. They were, weren't they? Big movers in this one. Let me just grab this. Ba-boom, ba-boom, ba-doom, ba-doom, boom. And then we'll look at your final results then after 30 minutes of racing, ladies and gentlemen. Hesketh takes the lead a lap ahead of everybody else because he is that good. And, I mean, the sheets don't lie, does it? The time sheets don't lie, and it says he is a lap ahead of everybody else. And, yeah, Shay said Tommy cooked. He certainly did. He certainly did. To say he didn't want to take part, he comes home in second place. Beautiful stuff from Tommy Roo. The rooster rears its head and says, thou shall bow before the power of the rooster. Cull the King coming home in third. Cull King. And then Thunder in fourth, just missing out on that podium, but he does take the fastest lap of the race. With AT Racing not in a familiar spot. Fifth place is not somewhere you would normally see AT Racing. He's definitely usually top two, mostly top one. Blaze Freely is debutant, doing a fine job in sixth. He beat the other American, which is the most important thing. And Blaze then off to cook a bong and chillax. What are you doing, MJ? I've not finished. Oh, he's that miffed with it. He wants to get on with PMR. I think Autosport wants to try it. So yeah, Autosport comes home in seventh, MJ in eighth, and Optimus Prime coming home in ninth. Boom. It's over, ladies and gentlemen. They've closed the room. It's done. I could say goodbye while we're checking network environment and stuff. So, yeah, that's your World Racing Community MX5 Cup, Round 3, Lago Maggiore. It was fun. I hope you enjoyed yourself. Big thank you to the World Racing Community for holding open their lobby for me to say goodbye. No, for all the organisational skills and putting this together. And a huge thank you to the pilots that take part week in and week out. And a big thank you to you guys that tune in. And I thought, why not? I'd load up the power pack just so you can see where I am. I've not got very far at all. But I'm having an absolute blast doing it. Thank you very much. 4 races won of 6. But I shall go back and I will win those other 2. Don't you worry. I've got 117 stars, so teacher thinks I'm special. So there. Thank you, everyone. Tiru, peace and love. Peace and love.